My name is Jason Wagner, and I'm just a dude. So a lot of people ask me what I am, and I have a hard time answering that because I am a teacher, but I'm a dad first and foremost, and some people know me as a musician. I'm also a maker and a business owner. I guess I've been making things my whole life since I remember. I was pretty fortunate to have some really incredible grandmas growing up who were very much supportive of me always tinkering with empty jars and drawing and painting and baking in the kitchen. So I've always been making things for as long as I can remember. I've never really known myself not to be making something. So after graduating high school, I went to the Columbus College of Art and Design, and I had an amazing college experience. For a young kid who wanted to grow up and be an artist, that is exactly like what I should have done, and I'm so grateful that I did it. I had some incredible instructors along the way. Probably Bill Hunt would be one of my most influential instructors early on, and he was my ceramics instructor. And then shortly after that, I took a glassblowing class with a guy named Dawson Kellogg, and this guy absolutely changed the way I not only looked at making, but also how I looked at the world. And I was fortunate enough upon graduating to not only go out to the Sierra Nevada College in Lake Tahoe and help as a teaching assistant, but also go to Amsterdam with him for the Glass Art Society conference. And I learned so much and was so inspired by this guy who was definitely unlike anybody I had ever known. And he kind of marched to the beat of his own drum, and I found that to be super inspiring. So, I would like to believe that there's a little part of him inside of me, and he has since passed away. Yeah, a huge inspiration to me and many of my friends, and my brother included. The first thing that I do when I'm working with clay is I'm mindful of where the clay is coming from. So it comes from the earth, and it just so happens that we try to buy clay that is locally sourced or as local as we possibly can get. So it is of the earth, and there is a connection there from the moment I touch the clay. And then if I'm sitting at the wheel, I take a deep breath and I try to clear my mind and center myself. And I always suggest that sounds like hippie mumbo jumbo, but it really isn't. Like I sit at the wheel and I really have to put my focus into what I'm doing. And ultimately what I'm trying to do is achieve the philosophical state of flow, or find myself in the zone. I need to come in and stop, and I don't just think about, I practice gratitude on a daily basis. I guess ultimately I went through a divorce 2.5 years ago, and was in a really, really bad place in my head. And before that, I was just learning about gratitude. But now I'm at the point where I really appreciate everything around me, and the moments with my son and my family and my students and my former students and the studio space. that I really do eternalize all of that in one big deep breath before I get started. I have never known a life that didn't involve creating. Like from an early age, I was getting lost in the woods and building tree forts and climbing trees and letting my imagination just flow. And I had support through that from my parents and grandparents, which was awesome. But I've never known a life not making something. So to stop making would mean I wasn't living, I guess. I find that making quality things and achieving to make things that are beautiful or things that are functional, provide utilitarian purpose, is extremely satisfying. And the gratification that you get from that experience, whether it be personally or somebody else suggesting they appreciated that, is extremely rewarding. And ultimately, that's probably why I make things.